What's up, y'all? This Poetry Love 3. And this is gonna be about, first of all, Merry Christmas. And second of all, the power of knowing thyself. And really understanding that when you know yourself, when you love yourself, when you take care of yourself, and really understand that true love of self is the best essence, is the best way to know what's your boundaries and what you would do and what you would not do, and it's the best way for you to tap into what you're supposed to do in this life. You can't let other influences mess up your inner world, and this is coming from a person who actually has Neptune in the first house, and it's hard to derail energy of others and the outer world affecting you as a person. But you have to learn that self-love is important. It's the most important thing in this world. And that's what people forget, that is the most important thing in this world. Because the more you love yourself, it's the more you connect with yourself. And it's the more that you be able to be who you really are and know what your real gifts and what's your real talents in this world. And how to love yourself is really disconnecting yourself from the world. Disconnecting yourself from the internet, disconnecting yourself from the phone. It don't even have to be for for a long time. It can be for an hour, or if you can't do that, for 10 minutes, just to disconnect yourself and really connect with yourself on a deeper level. Breathe, meditate. Don't try to think or worry what's going on. Just be present. And when you do that, that's when you can really find the essence of who you really are, and really connect to spirit, talk to the universe, talk to God, and just when you can really connect, gotta connect. And you gotta be away from people who is negative. If they're not good for you, you gotta be away from them. And you don't even have to be away from them all the time. You don't have to be around them all the time, but you're not saying you don't have to not be around them. You can give them a little bit of time and go on, but one day it's going to be to the point that you just can't do it anymore, and you have to disconnect. I'm experiencing that now. I'm over here at my dad's girlfriend's mother's house, and yeah, I got food and all that. I'm very grateful for that, but their energy is very negative. And even if they're not even talking about anything negative, you could just feel. If you're very psychic like me, you could just feel, or very sensitive like me. Like you just feel people's energies and feel people's emotions instantly. Even if they're not talking about anything negative, like they're high right now and chilling. But deep down they have those emotions that there's undercurrents that I can feel, and it's not towards me, it's just how they feeling at the moment, and that's making me feel that type of way. I wasn't feeling that way till I got here. And also where I live, it's more positive, but there's a lot of people who, it's like a 3 house in one house, and I live like a little section of the house, and it's people who play negative music, or it has negative energy, and I can feel it in the house, And I just remember when I used to live with my mom, and she used to always say, I just want peace. And she listened to like Chinese music or R&B music that talks about love, or Christian music, and or watch things that are like about conspiracy theories or about spirituality. And she would meditate outside and just love to be by herself. And it's like, soon as she started to go outward and be around negative energy, she passed. But I don't think that was the thing that made her pass. I just knew that was her purpose. She was a Life Path 6, so she was supposed to nurture people, and she did her purpose. She did her purpose. So it was time for her to go, even though she was really young. She died at 47 without people not knowing how she died. That's how I knew it was really like a spiritual taken away. But I know that you have to understand that life, you have to be away when you want to become something better, you have to disconnect from people that's not on your vibe. And even if you don't have anybody on your vibe, just be by yourself. And that's what people are afraid of. That's what I used to be most afraid of. That's what I used to be most afraid of, being by myself. I'd rather be by myself than be around people who just don't have that vibe. I want to be by myself than be around people who are just putting this negative energy. It frustrates me, but now I know. And now I'm a little bit, have that little bit energy on me, and I gotta ground myself again. Check out the outfits again. But yeah, it's just a quick message, just a little bit of just the power of self-love and loving yourself. When you start to love yourself truly, when you start to nurture yourself, when you start to learn how to be alone and be okay with being alone, you will learn that a way of being alone, in my preference, is doing something you love. And if you don't know that, I would suggest listening to uplifting music and staying away from internet the most like 10 minutes before you pick up the phone in the morning. Wake up 10 minutes early, you know. Even only way you could do that is be on the phone and put it on 10 minutes before you have to really wake up, or 20 minutes before you wake up. Press and make sure you make an alarm and wake up and just be in the present moment. Try to find some peace inside of you before you walk out the door. And that's the only way you can stay connected to you, and you'll make the right choices for yourself. So, this is Poetry Love. We out. Love you guys. Y'all have a blessed Christmas and a happy New Year's.